Hey everybody, it's nighttime in South London and it's time to record a new lo-fi Let's Play for you. Before we get into today's video, I'd like to tell you a little something about when I was younger. And I had at my disposal a virtual museum of unopened Apple IIe and Commodore 64 games by virtue of the fact that my father was a technology journalist at the time. And as a kid, I would go into the downstairs office, which was a finished basement, and open up a closet door and look up on a shelf and try to choose an adventure or a world to get lost in based on the box art that I saw. And it was always a fun journey of discovery, and sometimes I found friends for life and other times not. This game I've discovered on the emulator website Sight Unseen. It's called Crimson Crown. As you can see, there is a crown and a spectral death. Good luck, he says, and departs. Now your Odyssey begins. You are on a lake shore near a sleepy willow tree, and a path leads east. This game is absolutely unique, and I stumbled on it entirely by accident. And that's, one of the most beautiful experiences you can have when you're stumbling into archives of games the likes of which are not made anymore. Just look at how minimalistic this is. Silver, violet, green, and blue. Very minimal color palette, nonetheless creating a very strong impression. If we type, I need to have caps lock. If we type, look, moon. The moon hovers just above the treetops, bathing the woods in an eerie pale glow. Look, woods. Let's climb it, says Eric. Interestingly enough, this is one of those rare adventure games that is written and parsed as if you had two companions with you. There must have been a manual accompanying this. We have with us Eric and Sabrina. A princess. A tinge of sadness shadows Sabrina's beautiful blue eyes, but within lies a will of steel. And I only played this for about a few minutes before it instantly became clear to me that I would have to record this one for you, so I only know a little bit about it. But we look at the lake, and you splash about in the shallow water and notice a glint of silver in a crag. Silver is out of your reach. Okay? We'll climb the tree, as Eric suggested, and there's really very little that's more beautiful to me than this. These primitive artworks being drawn slowly in real time, the shape here resolving itself into actually a very stunning and detailed owl. Unlike with most of the games in this series, I don't know who made this game. Surely that's a question I could answer with research, but rather than play archivist and historian tonight, I thought maybe you guys just might want to come on a little mysterious journey with me. We look at the owl, see nothing unusual, talk to the owl. The owl glances at you and lets out a disinterested yawn. Can we take owl? And the owl hoots loudly and won't let you get near. And if we were to check our inventory, which is usually a good first move for any text game, we can see we're carrying nothing. So there's some basic rules of thumb when you're playing a game like this. Early in the game, you as a player will have a few key objectives. Figure out what the game understands, figure out what the map is, and figure out who you are and what you're carrying. We seem to be escorting a prince and a princess, and that's about all I know. So let's follow the path east. Continue. We're in the woods. A familiar-looking stump lies to the north, and an exit leads west. If we examine the stump looks rather familiar. Why don't you go there? To the north? All right, we will. Oh no, a trapdoor opens below you, and you all plummet down into darkness. You're in a subterranean crypt before two iron doors. Passages go west and east, and already I'm in love with the almost Alice in Wonderland quality of this game, transporting us from one area to the next before we even understand the fabric of the world we're in or what to expect. It's pretty risky, actually, as a game design tactic, as the success of an adventure game design relies on whether or not it accurately and successfully communicates to the player what the rules and limitations of the world are and what the player can expect. But, on this Wednesday evening as the sun sets over Greenwich and over the heath that I live on, I sort of enjoy that I'm in this play pretend escape world where I don't know what to expect. What is that on the wall? See, unlike with our last game, this game does not inform us which items within our frame of vision are important to interact with, and we have to use our intuition a bit to judge the pictures. There's a button and an inscription on the wall. Read Sorry, folks. Read inscription. I am very old, yet am very new. Many used me before, now there are few. A famous knight made me famous too. I do not breathe, yet I need air. True. Sounds like a riddle. Anybody know what that riddle could be about? Push button. Nothing happened. Open doors. Sorry, you can't. Why don't we explore this cave a little bit? And I have explored some pathways of this game, but I haven't gone this way. Look at this beautiful monochromatic image and the minimalist text. You know, I'm in paradise in a situation like this, and I hope you enjoy and appreciate this too. On a stalagmite rests a pulsating crystal ball. Look in, crystal ball. By sheer coincidence, the last game in our series also had a crystal ball. I always find it interesting when I play one of these text games for you, and then I choose the next one entirely at random, and I've never played it before in this case, and they'll have common features like crystal balls, graves, doors, things like that. Look in crystal ball. Wow, what could be happening? It looks like a mysterious force rips you apart and hurls your spirit into profound darkness. Out of the forbidding depths steps the infamous cloaked figure of the vampire. The vampire snarls, "Your life means nothing to me, nor can you do anything to stop me. You're a mere lump of insignificant human flesh." Thanks, buddy. "Surrender Sabrina and the boy to me now, and your deaths will be quick and painless." Suddenly, another force seizes you and sends you into a chamber of blinding white light. What happened? A friendly silhouette steps forth and greets you. "Would that we had met in better times, my brave friends, for the vampire now threatens the land from the fortress of Carolthurg to the north. You must go there and destroy the vampire before he learns the secrets of the crown and becomes the supreme ruler of Transylvania." Ah, okay, that's where we are. Good to know. "Make haste, and may the good winds of fortune grace your perilous journey. Before you leave, though, take this." What are we to get, friends? "This conversation has ended. The image of the vampire springs before you. He laughs cruelly while blood boils brightly in the malevolent depths of his crimson eyes. Your soul quivers under the weight of his will, but Sabrina yanks your spirit back into your trembling frame just as the crystal sphere explodes before you. Frantically, the princess drags you out of the room as the cavern collapses onto itself, showering all three of you with a whirlwind of dirt and dust." Wow. Well, that's some unsettling and unexpected information. However, I feel pretty good knowing that this game has designed a couple of companions for me already. Can we go east? The passageway has been recently blocked. Can we push the button now? You hear a whirring noise. Does that mean the doors will open? Sorry, you can't. Well, let's continue exploring. And you're in a large misty cavern. Look at these beautiful sweeping shapes and the multicolored orange and violet and white with which the mist is drawn. Let's look at the mist. You find a secret passage down in the mist. How convenient this game rewards you for looking, at just about any given time. It's always important to know where you are and to be observant in games like this. Enter passage. I think this game is beautiful and particularly special. You're on a staircase which ends abruptly above a cavern, some 20 feet below. So, when I was reading Bob Redrup's Adventure Gamer's Manual lately, which prescribes a series of actual approaches to understanding the designs of these text games, in this case we can read quite a lot into this relatively brief description that, the staircase ends abruptly above a cavern 20 feet below. It's probably, expected that we should be able to climb down because there's no other choice for us, and this room hasn't offered us anywhere to tie a rope or something. So just from this little information we've given and from what's not shown and said, we can assume that we'll be able to climb down to the cavern. But the gap between the floor and the stairs suggests that we may not be able to get back up. So look at this staircase. You see nothing unusual. We'll continue down. You're in an oddly shaped cavern. Tall pillars flank an arched entrance. Okay, it looks like it's to the north. Look at pillars. Nothing in particular. So we enter. Before you is a huge griffin. Wow. That's a spectacular drawing if you ask me, given the tools at hand at the time. Talk, Griffin. 3 riddles have I, says the Griffin. Solve them, and my treasure is yours. Will you take my challenge? I don't know, friends. Do you think we're up for some riddles? I think we should give it a try. Yes. Hands I don't have, yet I grasp tight. I love darkness. My enemy is the light. Both the mighty and low know me well, for in the hearts of men do I dwell. Well, we know that fear lies in the hearts of men, so let's try that one. Fear? I wonder as I wander, where am I? I shed tears, yet I cannot cry. I trek, but cannot walk, swim, or fly. I am born to die. Tell me, what am I? I think this one may be quite simple as well if we think of something from which tears would fall, yet it isn't alive. So what can we think of that would shed drops of water without living? Let's say cloud. Pure luck, says the Griffin. I am and am not. I visit young and old. Some I make timid, some I make bold. Unwise is the one who pokes fun at me. Beware, for I am a shadow of thee. Sounds like this one's a little tougher. Something that both young and old people have. It can be frightening or inspiring. You shouldn't take it lightly. What about dream? Ah, screeches the Griffin as it disappears into an iridescent fog. Oh, it looks like we've defeated him through the power of solving riddles. There is a jeweled scepter here. We look at the scepter, there's nothing unusual. Let's take it. Okay. What if we wield scepter? Wave scepter. Hold scepter. Nope. Alright, so if we were, let's see where else we can go within this cavern. We can't go this way, but we can go back the way we came. It doesn't seem... Climb stairs. You cannot reach the stairs from here. So, yeah, my hunch was right, and that we wouldn't be able to return via the stairs. But that's okay, because I didn't see an exit via the iron doors either. Although pushing the button did cause a whirring, who, if we were to be reading Mr. Redrup's Adventure Gamer Manual, he would advise us to use process of elimination as we explore the map to sort of decide the precise effect of what pressing the button would have. So we head south before a cave entrance, and a path goes west. Look at those mushrooms. Be careful of those, says Sabrina. They're evil and deadly. I often, there's a couple of other games, a handful, from this era that I can think of, where the player has a companion who interacts with him or her through the text parser. And I don't know, I really particularly like this conceit that I have Sabrina and Eric with me as I explore this landscape. You're at the crossroads of twisting paths which meander north, south, east, west. And look at this spooky figure that has drawn itself before us. There is a spectral sage here. Look, sage. You see nothing unusual. Well, I think he's pretty unusual. Talk, sage. I wonder if he's good or bad. The sage lifts his hood and speaks. Look at his visage materializing in the shadows. Noble wayfarers, pause, I say, as you wander on your way. I am a teller of truthful tales. Heed my words upon your trails. The sage speaks and then dissolves as smoke upon the wind. Interesting. Just sorting out the screen here. There we go. Wow, I wonder, it seems like he is here to help us a bit, or we hope. So we're at the crossroads of twisting paths, which meander north, south, east, and west. Wouldn't it be fun if we were all playing together, and I could ask everybody for advice on which direction to go? We know the east leads back toward that cave, so let's try south. You know, if we were all together, and the way that I did when I was a kid, I would draw the maps bit by bit to see how the world interconnected. Looks like two things have happened. We've arrived at our ancient stump, our familiar stump, that we fell through a trapdoor before trying to reach. And the Spectral Sage seems to be here again, to try to speak to us. So, okay. Maybe we should see if he has something new to say, or if this guy's just going to be following us around forever. Talk, Sage. He says, "The glimmer that lies in the lake is no quirk of moonlight, is no fake. You can't get it, but do not weep. Ask the one who can dive deep." The sage speaks and then dissolves as smoke upon the wind. Do you remember the glimmer in the lake from the first scene? I wonder if either Eric or Sabrina can swim, or if we might encounter anybody who can swim. You're facing an ancient stump covered with faint writing. Read writing. We examine the stump. The writing reads, "Knock here." The sage is back. This guy can't take a hint. Let's see if he has something new to tell us, or if he just will now be following us around as a hint creature. When the right way has been shown, and that strange word is known, a visit from me is also needed. Summon me, let my advice be heeded. Wow, perhaps we can summon our friend the sage on command, which is an interesting thing to know about. How about we knock on the stump? A twisty coil of green fire snakes out from the stump, grabs you all in its fiery length, and hurls you backwards. Wow, this game is amazing. Oh no, a trapdoor opens below you and you all plummet down into darkness. Not again, shouts Sabrina. You are in a subterranean crypt before two iron doors. Passages go west and east. Personally, I think this game is very exciting. I'd love to know a lot more about it. Looks like we should leave the same way that we exited last time, unless we can open the doors yet. If the button does anything. Let's find out. We're in the cavern again. The mist swells up slowly into the space before us. We'll enter the passage. This game is truly magical, and I like the reality of the sage appearing. I like the Griffin and his riddles. I like Sabrina and her wise advice about nature, and I'm looking forward to knowing what Eric's purpose is in this story, and why we're being haunted in the way that we are as we wander through these beautiful woods. I'm just so impressed at the extent, let's go north this time, to which such a subtle color palette and relatively few lines, just shading on the darkness, in fact, creates such a wonderful effect. I'm really impressed with it. It takes me back. Wow, look, a cave, says Eric. Let's go in. Okay. If you say so, Eric. Eric seems full of adventuresome ideas. We're in a damp cave. Flying bats obscure your vision. Seems like it's unwise to be in here without a light. Wonder if we could leave. You're standing before a mysterious cave. Okay, maybe we'll visit that later, when we have a light. And already we're coming to the end of our time here, as we've explored this. Wow, I'm getting a chill. An open grating is here. 3 tombstones read, Sabrina, Eric, and Intruder. That must be us. And this luminous tree lies in the distance. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fascinated by exploring this world some more, and I'd like to spend a lot of time visiting this game, and I wonder if you might like to as well, and share with me what solutions you might have learned. The game is called Crimson Crown. You can play with it at virtualapple.org. And if you like the Lo-Fi Let's Play series, keep in mind you can always reach me on Twitter at Lee Alexander, or you can email me at lee@leealexander.net. Thanks for coming along. This one was a little bit spontaneous, but sometimes I think it's more fun that way, so that I can share the journey of discovery with you folks who are following along at home, and share with you a little bit of the magic that I felt as a kid when I pulled a mysterious box down from the shelf in my dad's office, and I never knew what to expect. I hope you thought Crimson Crown was as exciting as I did. Please enjoy the rest of the Lo-Fi Let's Plays on my YouTube channel, and consider subscribing if you're into them. Take care. Bye.